Well, good morning, America. My name is Rob, and God took Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's what I said. God took Charlie Kirk. You know, everybody goes out here. We got one religion versus another religion, against this religion, against urban people, against all the deaths in the city. You know, one of the things that bothers me is, all these white people that talk about what goes on in the minority communities and all this bad stuff and the crime and the violence, and they sit around like they didn't do anything to create that. Like, they didn't build all the prisons in America for the last 50 years. They didn't lock up all the niggers for dumb shit. They didn't interject crack into black and brown people's neighborhoods. They forget the shit that they did, They forget that they built roads and divided the cities from the suburbs. They forget that they put us all in urban projects. They forget that up until probably 1965, most minorities in America really had no rights. I mean, they might have had rights on paper, but they didn't have any rights. And so I'm sorry. I'm sorry Charlie Kirk lost his life. I really am. But at the same time, I don't think that God and Jesus want everybody to go out here. I mean, when you say that there's not a famine going on, there's not a genocide going on in Gaza, when you can't acknowledge that we scream very, 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 very loudly for the rights of babies in America while we drop bombs all over the world. A lot of my Christian friends say, oh, well, it's not the same. It's not the same. Well, yeah, it is. The baby actually has no value at that point. It's a baby. It's a blank slate. Human being's been alive for a number of years that you're dropping a bomb on. It's got some type of existence. It's got some form to itself. It's got family. It's got people that love it, right? Sorry, humans aren't its, but I guess person, place, or thing is a noun, right? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry Charlie Kirk had to die. I apologize. I didn't pull the trigger. But I'm not the person that goes around from campus to campus and acts like they're the authority on Jesus Christ. They're the authority on what's going on in the urban city. And they're the authority that's going on in the state of Israel and with the Palestinians. It's great to say all this crap when you're making all the money. But, one of the things that I told my kids the other day, and I think I'll tell you guys in America, the Constitution and freedom of speech is relative to the government coming after you relative to your speech. It means the government really can't do anything to you, short of you making physical threats against people. But that has nothing to do with real life in the real world. Words have consequences. I don't march myself down into Mississippi at nighttime, telling all those people down there that they're no good people. Now, I have the right to do that in America. I shouldn't have anything happen to me in America. But in the same manner that those folks in Mississippi shouldn't come all the way up to Harlem, which, by the way, Harlem is very, very peaceful. There's just some places everywhere that are just not peaceful. But we wouldn't take somebody from Mississippi, bring them all the way up to New York, and advise them to go down the streets of Harlem using the N-word. They have a right. They have a right. It's offensive. The speech is offensive. But it doesn't mean that somebody else won't disagree with that right. So yes, everybody in America has the right to say whatever you want. You have the right to say what you want. But somewhere along the line, everybody forgot that just because you have the right to say something doesn't mean that there aren't consequences to it. Good, bad, or indifferent. We don't know the motive of this person. I know all this trans crap, once again, is going in that realm. We never have these discussions when it's just a middle-aged white guy shooting 30 or 40 people. We never talk like that. When it's the black guy, when it's the trans guy, when it's the gay guy, it's a totally different gun discussion. But today, I just want to say, I'm sorry that Charlie Kirk isn't here. And God took back Charlie Kirk. I mean, no matter what you say, for all the stuff that he says, and he's right on his Bible and his religious views, God wanted him back. He didn't want him for the next 50 years spewing more hate that simply is out there to divide humanity instead of bringing us together. You know, it's real easy to go out there and pop off and be angry at somebody, but I think it's much harder to try to help that person have a better day. What are you going to do today? Are you going to keep going the way that the world of the Charlie Kirks go out there, or are you going to find a new way to make the world around you a better place? I'm Rob. You guys have a great week. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry that it ended this way.